is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Reside Platform Podcast. I am your host today, Suneet Agarwal, and I'm joined by my buddy and Coastal Carolina team leader of the Secure Home Finder team, Mr. Andrew Burnett.
Hey,
Andrew,
what's up, guys? Thank you so much, Suneet, for having me on.
yeah, it's going to be a good one. So you've been all kinds of entrepreneur, which I love. So I can't wait to talk more about that. And now you're building and training a growing real estate team, and also doing a lot of cool stuff with investments and properties,
Yep,
which I appreciate that about you. So
all in on the real estate, man.
I know you're a real estate guy. I like it. Yes. All right, let's get into it, buddy. So what's going on?
You know, just living a good Friday,
Yeah.
dialing some dials, following up with some clients, got people in town.
How many dials are you gonna make on this Friday, brother?
At least 100. We're on this 100 calls a day for 100 days, and we're dialing at least 100 dials.
Are you calling on the weekend too?
Dude, we were on our anniversary weekend trip last weekend dialing. We yeah, on the
Yeah,
weekend after church.
weekends too.
Yeah.
We tell the kids, "Hang on, Dad's got to make his dials." Why did I agree to this? Yeah,
Yeah, especially on a Sunday.
yeah. Super Bowl. Whose idea was this?
Yeah,
Oh, it was
so
mine. Yeah.
yeah.
um,
I should have said, like, focus on conversations, and don't get me wrong, we're having a lot of them, but, like, whew, 100 days straight is a lot.
it's a lot. So, for people listening, what kind of like data or what results? Like, how's that going?
Everybody's really busy right now, writing offers, showing houses, going on appointments, building pipelines. Last year, we unintentionally did it, not exactly 100 days straight, but did over 10,000 sales calls,
Mm.
leads, and off that alone, I transacted 16 deals
Off of 10,000 calls.
off of $10,000. Yeah,
Okay, $10,000 to 10,000 different people, or just 10,000 period?
just 10,000 period. Yeah,
So from 10,000 calls to 16 deals. I mean, dude, I think that's great, because how many people even answer the phone?
no one.
Right? So you may have made 10,000 dials, but how many people did he talk to? What was it? 1,500?
Probably. Yeah, I'm excited to share the data after this. We're
Yeah.
tracking it a lot better this year. We have a VA going in with a spreadsheet, and I'm excited to share that after.
Yeah, that'll be really good. It'll be really interesting to see. So make sure, I'll have to have you on again. So hey, congratulations. You just got another slot, brother.
Awesome, awesome.
uh, we'll we'll have to get you on when that's done. Good. Okay, good. Honestly, I thought I thought you had it done already, and why I had you on the damn podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Now listen, I'm when that 100th day comes, I'm taking a day off.
Yeah, you friggin' better at least one. So we had your wife on here the other day, and that was cool.
Yep.
I think it's great that you guys are building this thing with each other and having fun during it, right?
Yeah, we found out really early on that we both just need to let each other do what each other does best
Yes.
and step out of the way, because
Yes.
I had the team when her and I got married, and
Okay.
initially when she would like give me a suggestion, it didn't come off as a suggestion. It came off as, "Oh, you're doing it wrong." Or at least
Totally.
that's how I heard it, right?
Because
So
that's the ego thing for husbands, bro. 100%.
yeah.
100%.
So I don't I don't know what ended up happening, but someone said to me basically one day, like, basically listen to what they're saying. You got to hear what they're saying, not hear what you think they're saying.
Totally.
So kind of slowed down and realized that she came from a good place.
Mhm.
obviously don't know everything. So that was, no problem to admit that. So we've definitely grown a lot quicker together than just, me trying out here to do it all on my own. And, Allie's a great business partner and
Oh
wife.
yeah. And she puts in the work. She makes the dials too, right? She's doing the 100 dials.
She's
Yeah.
in the office next to me making dials right now.
Yeah. See? Because you guys, everybody listening, that's what it fucking takes
Yeah.
is conversations. Quit trying to hide behind, I don't know, like doing a podcast or something.
Right. And we have a podcast and
Yeah, you guys have a
oh
podcast.
my gosh,
Exactly.
we had 5 recordings this week.
Oh wow, that's
Uh,
sounds
so,
sounds like you're trying to bulk. Yeah, that gets really hard. So when did you start the podcast?
I think January, maybe December.
Sounds about right.
It was Allie's idea. She's like, "Let's do this podcast," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." and
Yeah,
and then it evolved overnight. And then one day she goes, "We need people on the show," and I'm like, "Sure." So I went on Facebook and I just scrolled through everyone I know that's in real estate, even
oh
people I
yeah,
don't know really well, and just shot them a direct message. And I'm like, "Hey, would you hop on the show?" And it was I said this to someone the other day. I said, having a podcast is really cool because we pay for coaching, right? And value it and all the other things. But like, we've gotten people on the show that we would typically have to pay for
totally,
to,
totally.
to be around, and they're happy to do it.
Yes,
So it's been really neat to see it from that perspective.
it's a good way to just meet people more, to like learn more about people too,
Yeah,
right? Like, um, I'm your coach, but we don't ever talk about this other shit because we're focused on business,
yeah,
right? And maybe we see each other at an event
twice a
for
year.
30 minutes,
Yeah,
right? But on the next event, we'll get some lots of hangout time
there you
coming
go.
up in April. Coming up in April, April 9th.
Yeah,
Do you
we're John's farm.
know at Robert's Beach House?
Ooh, all
And he
right.
has a boat back there that we'll be using. So it's
Oh,
dope. Yeah. April 9th,
okay,
ride
calendar mark.
only event. Yes. So let's talk about your entrepreneurial like history because I'm a little bit of an entrepreneur too, and I like it, and I like talking about it, not just in real estate, although definitely there too. What? So you did a lawn care business as a youth, huh? Youngster, young
Yeah,
hustler. I love it. Uh,
cut the grass, man.
um, but pizza franchise?
Yeah, so early on, lots of family members in a restaurant. So,
Because you live in Myrtle, and that's what people do there, right?
well, I'm not originally from here, man.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm a Midwest guy.
Okay, my
Grew up-
bad. Okay.
yep, grew up an hour and a half outside of St. Louis, Missouri, in Illinois, Southern Illinois, very far from Chicago. I've never been, by the way.
Because
Uh,
everyone always says that. Oh, you ever go to Chicago?
so, yeah, and so grew
That's
up in
what I
this.
thought of. Yeah.
Yeah, grew up in this diner. My family didn't own it by any means. They just ran it. And as a young kid, I remember like washing dishes on a chair, busting
Oh,
tables,
no shit.
hitting tables. And it was a really, really small town. It was actually in Crossville, Illinois, right?
Crossville.
Crossville. And I mean, you drive by it on 64 and you blink and you're past it, right? So the diner shuts down, and a lot of my family go start working for Pizza Hut.
Okay.
And it was a franchise. It was owned by Rage Inc. during the time, and now since then been sold. But I started working at Pizza Hut as a young guy at 15 years old, and
Yes.
ended up getting into management. And everyone always said, "Oh, your family ran it, so you got management." Nah, they made me work like double as hard.
Sure.
I wasn't able to be promoted by them. It was like by their upper management bosses that had to promote me. It was usually a promotion with no raise. So
Totally.
right. So I did that and ended up doing the pizza gig for a long time. Moved to Myrtle Beach initially to open a food truck. And I never opened the food truck because they zoned it out. And, I was young and
Oh, Yeah.
So I ran a Pizza Hut here as a franchise, and we were the top 10 store in the whole world by sales volume.
What
I had a
does that mean? That you did a bunch of upsales or what?
Oh yeah, 100% upsold. Never ran out of anything.
Sure.
I had a staff of 80 in a Pizza Hut.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, and it was a full service, like sit down buffet bar, the whole nine, delivery. And I just learned really early on to hire a bunch of people like me and just train them to do it.
Sure.
Right? Maybe not me per se, but I just trained everyone how to do my job, and then my job got really easy because I just had a bunch of other people doing it. Right?
Sure.
And left that. I ran KFCs for a while. It was the second. The franchisee owner was trained by Colonel Sanders himself,
Awesome.
and their original agreement was on a handshake. No
Wow.
lie. The guy
Wow.
was super old. Um, and then I got into. I had met a friend who had been a business owner, had done lots of things, was from all over the world, and he just kept like planning like more entrepreneur in me. And I was like, well, I did that lawn care thing as a kid, but
Sure.
I was a young guy. I had kids. I was married, and it was like really difficult initially to like leave a salary, right?
Totally.
So I guess breaking into being an entrepreneur, like the first real thing entrepreneurial I did again, believe it or not, was Uber.
Mm.
So I became an Uber driver. I was at the time I was a manager at a resort for the food and beverage department. And I started making more money driving Uber at night than I made in my salary. So I'm like, well, so I quit. I ended up leaving doing that. And like the next week, Uber lowered its prices. So I'm like scrambling around. What should I do? I tried selling timeshare. Are you familiar with timeshare? They have
I
that out here.
sure am. Yes, I'm waiting for the rest of that story because
Yeah. I wasn't a re I wa I sold things, but, like, I wasn't a good liar,
yeah.
so I sold really small packages, and that friend that I was telling you about, he'd gotten into real estate, and he said, "Hey, do you wanna, like, book appointments?" Basically be an ISA, open a marketing company is kinda how he pitched it to me.
Okay.
I started doing that. I started circle prospecting with a Keller Williams, Gary Keller script, and just I would call you up and be like, "Hey, Suneet, do you want to sell your house?"
Sure.
And you'd be like, "Yeah, maybe." And I'd be like, "Great. Well, I'm not the realtor. I'm going to introduce you to the top ranking realtor here in town. He's going to come out and do a free home property valuation for you. And if you want to sell, he'll have all the paperwork there to do it for you." And that was cool. And one day, as I was, dialing, I was scrolling on Craigslist and I saw an ad for marketing. And I said, "Well, I kind of have a marketing company." So I began marketing at this point for timeshare companies, and I would send people to the presentations. So
Ah,
I had kiosk at the mall, I had kiosk at piers, at water parks, at raceways, at
love
all
it.
at all the tourist stuff. And I grew a team at one point of like 15 or 16 people to staff all these locations. Everybody
Mhm.
1099. And the friend that I initially was, getting these appointments for, he's like, "Hey man, get your real estate license. Get your real estate license." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we're here at the beach. We're pretty seasonal. I was sitting at one of my locations down on the boulevard on the ocean, and I just popped up my laptop and I started taking the classes.
Ah.
Right. So I got licensed. I partnered with this team, and initially he's like, "Well, instead of me going on the appointments, now you're going to go on the appointments."
Sure.
So I did that, and I realized pretty early on that I wasn't the best listing agent without
Mm.
training, of course, right? And I kind of gravitated towards buyers, ended up getting some PPC leads and did that. And fast forward, I was selling, a good amount of money. I had the timeshare business, booking tours still going. At this point, probably only had like one or two employees. And I ended up leaving that team, and I said, "Well, I'm going to start my own team." And I originally named it Burnett Investment Group because I thought, well, I wanted to invest in real estate, and I'd work with investors, and I'd worked with investors in the past. Um, Grew a team to like two or three, four agents at most at a time. One day, I was scrolling on Facebook, and I would. This is so random, but I wanted to get my teeth whitened,
Funny.
right? So I'm scrolling on Facebook, and I see this teeth whitening event at at a hotel in Surfside Beach as a Facebook ad, and I said, $80? Sure, I'm going to show up. So I show up to this event. There's a line at the door.
Okay.
This guy whitened like 120 people that day. And I sat there for like 45 minutes, and I'm like, man, this guy's printing money. So this was a Sunday. I got my teeth whitened. Before and after was, oh my gosh, for like 3 days. But
Yeah.
I call him up on Monday, and I was like, hey man, do you franchise this business? And I had my little real estate team going. Um, I'd bought my first, at the time, planned to be an investment property here at the beach. I was remodeling it nights and weekends. He goes, well, I don't franchise it, but I do this training class. So fast forward, I'm now a team leader. I'm investing in real estate, and I have this teeth whitening business.
Wow.
And this was like, I don't know, right after COVID, rates had just kind of started going high.
Uh-huh.
Um, Fast forward, I met my now wife, Allie, and she didn't believe me. I was like, yeah, I own all these businesses. None of, I mean, it sounded really cool, right? To say I
Yeah,
own
totally.
business.
It usually only sounds cool. It just means that you're just hella unorganized.
Yes, 100%. And she's
Yeah.
like, you need to focus on one thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I've heard that before, you know? So we shut down the teeth whitening company. Um, we sold the first rental, made pretty good money on it. Um, and we really focused on growing a real estate team. And we partnered with Reside last June. When we partnered with you guys initially, we had 5 agents, and we went from 5 to 20 pretty quickly. KFR,
Good.
KFR, the whole time. And right now we're hovering about 18 agents, counting her myself. We don't have any extracurricular businesses besides real estate.
Yeah. But I mean, you do own how many investments?
59 currently.
Yes, 59. So what's your strategy and whole thoughts on buying investment properties?
Yeah. So,
'Cause, hey, Andrew,
yeah.
59 is a lot.
Yeah. Thanks. That was in 2 years, by the way. We bought 41 last year. I found out yesterday. So,
As you're getting ready to do your taxes.
oh my gosh, taxes I'm crying about. But uh, yeah, so here I always knew real estate was lucrative, and everyone like makes buy a couple rentals, and you're just going to be set for life, right? But when Allie and I got married, I of course had the first property, and she had a property, and we bought a larger home for our family that fit our whole family. And we initially sold mine, and we kept her property that had a really great rate on it,
Sure.
and we put a renter in there, and we became landlords, and we managed it, and I plunged toilets and I did all the things. But we took the money from the first property, and we decided that we were going to buy in Midwest markets. And how we started, and we thought we were going to do Section 8 and Section 8 only because we heard some guru that Section 8 was great, right? So we would go on Zillow and Realtor.com, and I would make a spreadsheet of just places that I could buy, around $100,000 that seemed relatively rent ready. And I would make a list of, 5 or 6 of them. And then I would call every property manager in town, and I'd be like, hey, my name's Andrew. I'm looking to invest in your market. And we're going to buy a lot. I just need to make sure the numbers work. If I email this list over to you, could you tell me what the market rate is and tell me what Section 8 rent is? Found out really quickly no one wanted to manage Section 8 rentals.
Sure.
And We ended up landing on a market in Indiana, and we this was a crazy part. I
Wait, all
initially
59 houses are in some town in Indiana?
all 59.
Well, that's at least centralized, right? Okay.
Yeah,
But it was a data process. Like, how many different cities did you look at?
dozens.
Like
Like
40, 60, 100?
no, I mean probably 2 dozen,
Okay.
right? Um and for context, maybe I left out slightly part of the story. I had moved from Myrtle Beach one time for 6 months after Pizza Hut, and I moved to this town in Indiana, and
Oh,
one
to the same town.
to the same town for 6 months only, right? And I missed Myrtle Beach so bad I moved back 6 months later.
So you knew about it. Okay. So you land on this town in Indiana,
Yep.
and then you start buying houses.
Yeah. So we started initially with my go to lender here. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to buy this rental house. Can you loan in Indiana?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." So we put 20% down. We bought it in our own name. Honestly, I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just doers, right? And I remember like before we scheduled the flight, like I kept finding these houses, and I thought, well, we sell a bunch of real estate. Maybe I don't need a realtor there. I'll just negotiate directly with the listing agent. But no one answered the phone. When I tell you, I must have called 15, 20 agents like directly, and I literally
Mm,
started leaving voicemails like I was a realtor in town.
totally.
So we got this one guy on the phone. He ran a team. He was a flex team, and I found him through Zillow, and I said, hey, we're going to come in town. We're going to look at all these houses. We've already ran all the numbers. So we scheduled like 15 houses to go view in like 2 days.
Hmm.
First house we show up to is, according to the realtors, the best house on the list. It's the nicest part of town. And this meth head comes out at the front door and like picks this realtor up and throws him off the porch.
Wow.
And I'm like, we're not buying this one. So we get in the car. The last one that we find that we're going to buy, we bring the property manager that we thought we were going to hire. And I said, well, how much can you rent it for a month? And she said $21.95. And the house was $132,000.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'll buy every house in town if you can rent it for that.
Yeah, right.
So we go under contract, and I'm firing off emails. I'm excited, to this property manager. And she's like,
Come to
well,
find out how much.
it rented for $16.95.
Okay, but so you bought that first one. When did you buy the rest? What ended up happening?
So the property manager we found, he connected us with our now realtor, and he kept saying, you know, will you use hard money?
Hmm.
Like, well, that sounds scary. So we ended up falling into this strategy called Burr. So you buy, you renovate the property,
You rent.
you get it rented, you refinance out of it, and you repeat the process.
Oh, so that's what you did.
So I found out really quickly the first house that we did this with, we got a paycheck from the bank for like 50 grand. And I said, well, if I buy 10 next month, I'll make a $500,000.
Yeah.
So I bought 11. I did make a $500,000. And all the wrong things I did, I didn't think about electricity. I didn't, account for the guy to go mow the grass. Uh,
Yes.
and I
But
ran
you figured it out because then you bought
figured it out. I just
40
kept
some odd
rolling it
more.
forward. I rolled it forward. We've now sold a handful of them. Our goal is not to sell a whole bunch, but I made a post this morning about like instead of flipping houses, because a lot of flippers will buy and try to sell it really quick. I realized like you can buy, rent it for a year, and then sell it the following year and make a lot more money because you're
Mm.
not doing short term gains. So that's kind of our rental portfolio. I think everything in life that I've done, I just I, I use the term I fell forward a lot. And not that I feel like I've failed, but like I always look at maybe a failure of like as a lesson. as,
Totally.
as opposed to, oh my gosh, Andrew completely failed and I'm a loser over it. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, bro, yeah, and you're so what, are you 40, 38, something?
33, man.
Okay, yeah, you're young AF, dude.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. You're so far ahead of me when I was 33, like, your future's bright.
yeah,
So
I
far ahead.
appreciate that. So, we're
How long you
initially
been licensed for?
7 years.
Yeah, dude, your future's so bright.
And when I got started with this, with the real estate thing and with even buying the real estate, I if you would have asked me last year how many houses are you going to buy, I said I would have told you 1,000. I'm going to have 1,000 before I retire.
Ego, good.
Now that I've learned a couple things, I'm like, yeah, a couple hundred sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta figure it out to where you make the money that you wanna make, right? And pay the
Yeah,
taxes that you wanna pay, and you're a smart guy, and you got Gemini, you can fucking figure it out. You use ChatGPT, right? But,
a ton. Yep.
yeah, good, good. So, let's talk about online leads.
Yeah. Oh
What's going
boy.
on with online leads? So, how many PPC leads did you generate in the last 30 days?
Uh, January was low. Only
On
probably about
average.
on average we're about 400 to 500 leads a month.
Yes, and what can you tell me?
So I've definitely learned generating leads. Who you have generate the, who generates them for you, right? And like what you target.
So,
So
like, who runs your ads?
we have a couple people.
But no, are you saying that that's very important?
Yeah, yeah. So
I
I
can't
think,
just go to my IDX provider and put in a budget and hit go
well, you can, and look, I've done it and I've made money, but I just don't think you can get as niche as you want. And
because
and I
you want those long tail keywords,
I want
baby.
the long tail keywords. I want to dominate a certain area. Like I want it to be what I want. Like I live in a market with lots of different type of property.
You sure do.
I
Lots of
particularly
mini golf courses too, just FYI,
that's it. Yep,
if you didn't know.
lots of putt putt. I would preferably never like to sell a condo ever again. They're a pain in the
I
butt,
bet. I bet.
right? And very early on, especially when I had IDX companies do my leads for me, like I got a
Got a
lot of
bunch of condo leads.
or we have trailers on the ocean here, man.
I know. But you know that I also love Myrtle and Carolina, so,
Yeah,
South Carolina.
welcome to South Carolina, right?
Yeah,
So
I love it, dude. I think Myrtle's awesome.
yeah, no, I mean, great place. We have lots of
I love
people.
that beach, and I tell you all the time, I like Wild Dunes too, Isle of Palm. I really like
Yeah,
it up there.
it's nice. It's really
Yeah,
nice down there. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so we
So
generated a
tell me
bunch
about
of
people.
leads.
Yeah, leads.
Generate a bunch of leads. Found out very early on you got to be very quick to call them, and you got to
How
call them
quick?
more than
Like
once.
5 minutes?
Like tried to in seconds. I mean, it's unrealistic to say, "Hey, agent, call it within 30 seconds." But I'm telling you, the faster you are, and you catch them while they're still on the website.
Yes, I learned that early on. Catch them while they're still scrolling. So a lead comes in, and you guys use Follow Up Boss, right?
Yep,
Of course you do, and I knew that, but that was just a question, anyways. um, so it goes in a Follow Boss. What's that? And you're using the Money Time Ponds, aren't you?
yep,
So for everyone listening, Money Time Ponds is a lead routing strategy, kind of developed by one of our reside coaches, Mr. Chris Snow. Wouldn't you say so? Kind of
yep,
developed by Chris, or at least he coined that term, or I'm sure he
yeah,
developed it because he's also a leads guy like you. And so the lead goes in a Money Time Pond, and then it gets attacked.
100%.
How many agents are on the Money Time Pond when that lead hits?
So we only have one agent on the pond, and
Okay,
then we have
and
anywhere between 1 to 2 ISAs.
so so the one agent sitting there just waiting for the next lead to come in, and then he calls it, double dials it, what?
Yeah, so lead comes in, agent double dial, shoot a text,
A
and fire
text
off.
from within the CRM.
Yeah, and we are experimenting with iMessage text right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
So how about email?
Yeah, the agent no, but we have it set up on a drip campaign.
Automated. Yeah. So this is some
Yeah,
automated drip starts. How
yeah,
about save search from the IDX provider email?
yep. Automatically, any lead that comes in, it'll go into Ylopo, set them up on a search.
What if that lead doesn't answer after 2 calls
We call them 30 times.
that first day?
Oh no, no, no. I know. So they stay in the pawn until that money time pawn until we've dialed them 30 times, and that's usually in 7 to 10 days.
Okay. And how many text messages?
A lot. Well, there's AI text going on from Raya, and not
As
as
many as much as possible?
yeah, yeah.
And how many, like, what percentage of people are you guys getting a hold of, you think, in the first 10 days? I hope you know this actually, not what you think. I want a fucking statistic, bro.
You know, actually, I don't. I do know for every 100 people I call, about 10 pick up the phone.
Okay. So 10%, right? And
Yeah.
dude, like, as you know, I have a recruiting appointment setting company where we make phone calls and pickup rates usually about 12%.
Yeah.
So you're right. Now, of those 10 out of 100, um, how many do you think you have like good conversations with?
Newer agent that's not a season.
Average.
At least average for our team is 70 to 80%.
Okay, 70 to 80% 2-minute conversation.
Yeah,
And then from there depends on intent
timeline.
and skill set.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to throw in there, so like the agent doesn't take the lead from the pond unless they have a converting conversation of 2 minutes or more. Leads just don't say agent's name and don't get worked.
No shit.
And the agent is building a good pipeline of people that they're having good conversations with. Um, up to, depending on where they're at, up to about 100 team leads.
Good. Okay, so 100 team leads is your cap. I was going through my I have an live audit call every Friday with my team, and we did it right before this. And yeah, a lot of my agents have like less than 50 leads, and it makes me happy. Right?
I
Makes me
tell
really
so newer agents with us, until they're converting anything, we don't allow them to have over 50. And I tell most agents our highest converters stay between like 50 and 75.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and at the same time, like, it's not only agents, it's just people. Like my CRM, my GHL for Suneet Agarwal, I got 45,000 leads in there. I ain't special. It just
Yeah.
means I ain't working them right. Anyhow, well, I got salespeople who just got
There
into
you
hiring
go.
earlier this morning. I got some great salespeople, as you know. Good. What advice do you have for the agents listening to this?
Like working leads or just anything in general.
A real estate agent listening to this, what advice do you
Yes.
have for a typical realtor you think might listen to this episode?
Put in the work. The work works. Now you're
Right.
gonna say, Andrew, what's the work? And I'm gonna say, pick something.
Yeah.
Do you want to
And do
make
a lot of
direct
it. Pick
and
something
do
and do a lot of it.
yeah, do so much that there's undoubtedly there's no reason for you not to be successful.
Yes. I have a little mantra I write down every day that I stole from Hormozy. It's volume negates luck. I
Yep.
write that in my journal daily as a reminder. Volume negates luck. Good. So do the work. Now, what advice do you have for a team leader who might be listening to this episode?
Don't try to do everything on your own.
Yes,
Uh,
quit being the superhero.
yeah, delegate. Think like a CEO.
Love it.
Do not be the bottleneck of your business, and have SOPs.
Yes. Damn, you sound good, bro.
Well, I got a pretty good coach, I guess.
Oh, look at Andrew. I'm so proud right now. He's saying
Oh
the
man,
right shit. Good.
yep.
Good. All right. If somebody wants to send you a referral, how do they send it to you?
Call Allie.
You're gonna give your wife's number out.
Uh,
What's the? How about if they want to connect with you on social? We'll actually put the links in there too. Because,
there you
dude,
go.
real quick, you've been trying to up your social media game, haven't you, buddy?
I have. You seeing that?
Yeah.
Like 5 to 6 posts a day. I'm trying.
Yes, I see that. Did you go to my social media class this week?
I
No.
didn't. I didn't. I'm gonna try to watch the recording though.
Okay, well, just at some point, you're busy making calls. Keep on making those calls, but that's good. What's your AI flavor of the month?
Man, I'm still Chat GBT. We've put so much into it. It
There's
has
nothing
all.
wrong with that at
Yeah,
all. It's personal preference,
yeah, and it
right?
has an app.
Yeah, and it
I
has an
will.
app in your pocket that you can talk to, and it's super
Yeah,
easy.
I will say my second favorite AI thing that I use. So I don't watch TV, but I watch way too much TikTok. And there's a TikTokscript.com, and you can put the video in it, and it gives a script of what's said in the video.
Mm.
Like if I'm trying to, help find content to put on, social media,
Oh, you just scrape a TikTok video?
I just scrape the TikTok video, I throw it into a GBT, it spits out a post, and I upload
Dude,
it.
perfect. What a great workflow. Perfect.
Yeah. So,
Perfect.
and the funny thing is Allie, Allie wrote our vows when we got married.
Oh.
And there's actually something in our vows actually about TikTok, believe it or
Oh,
not. Yeah. That we won't get mad at each other for watching TikTok at the end of the day because we both will just doom scroll and we know it about
hey,
each other.
Dean Scrollers.
Yeah.
Same. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, you guys, Andrew dropped some fire about leads, about hustling, about that BRRR, whatever, Burr, buying
Burr.
and holding and refinancing. This dude has how many houses? 59, you said?
59 doors. Yeah.
59 doors. So definitely you could learn something from Andrew. Hit him up if you have any questions about sending him a referral.
Yeah.
And hit him up definitely. And I really hope that you guys got something out of this episode. If you did, which I know you did, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all those little terms, share with a friend. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Reside Platform podcast. Peace.